right. I am joined by Monika Nerger, Global CIO with Mandarin Oriental Hotel Group, coming to us from Lake Tahoe, California or Nevada?
Right on the border, state line. So I'm on the Nevada side, but not, of course, my usual office, which would be in Hong Kong.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Jason.
Yes, ma'am. So why don't we start off by you giving us a quick rundown of who Mandarin is? What does that look like?
Sure. We are a luxury hotel brand. We're in 23 different countries. We have 33 properties and 7 residences and growing. And we have, I believe, the largest number of Michelin-starred restaurants and Forbes 5-star spas.
Nice. I'm ready for a spa.
I think a lot of people might be.
So what trends, let's start with what trends you might be seeing in terms of the market mix and travel behavior.
Right. Well, obviously for us, that's changed substantially because we are, a industry, a business. Our business caters to high net worth individuals that travel internationally. So we've had to pivot substantially to a more domestic and local market. And the kinds of things that we're seeing are really, one is a shift in demographic. So it skews much younger, likely for travel confident travelers.
Right.
Skews more female, which is different for us. And some of the trends behind that, I think, are this mix of business and leisure, so leisure segment emerging. People can work from anywhere. And also people are taking sabbaticals and also taking their children for more educational travel. So that's more local and domestic market.
So how has your technology stack supported that shift? Is it supporting?
We were quite fortunate, actually, that we were well down the path of transformation. So we had already moved our property management system into cloud. We had moved some of our technologies to platform, our profile system, for example, so that we could shift that targeted marketing towards this new demographic. Added lots of pieces, as many in the industry did, on the fly. We are just piloting our remote check-in capability, which I'm not sure would normally have been part of our bespoke services or style of doing business. And then we added a lot of QR code type capability. I'll give you a few examples. From the TV, the guest can pair their device with the QR code and control the television. This whole notion around contactless, looking at a wine list instead of a big leather-bound folder, getting a menu, all can be done using QR codes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing them more at restaurants, although the U.S. has not really embraced it like other countries. I don't know if you're getting a feel for how that's going in the U.S.
Well, I think it's changing quite a bit. So if you look at where QR codes had wider adoption, whether it's India or China, Southeast Asia, then some in Europe, I think what's shifted in the U.S. is there's a real purpose for it now. So China and Southeast Asia using it primarily for payment. Alipay QR code, for example. In the US, it was used for marketing. But now we have an actual need and purpose where we can serve our guests and they can take that control of the information that they need.
Yeah. And you were telling me off camera that you've deployed a chatbot too, right?
We have chat capability, and within that chat capability, there is some chatbot ML type functionality, but always coupled with human service. And we put all that information into a hub to make sure that our guests are always acknowledged and that service level maintains at the highest level of standards.
Yeah. And your team's loving it, managing the chatbot?
Well, quite frankly, I think at the service level that we offer, and certainly the occupancy we have, it's just an added opportunity for guest engagement.
Yeah, They can be really good. They can be very useful.
Right. There's a discussion in the industry about manpower and can you deliver to that level of expectation and how do you do that? So
Yeah.
I think that's where we've got the balance in the equation fairly well blended.
Okay. So what other changes do you envision in the hospitality technology
Space.
at Mandarin?
At Mandarin?
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll, probably accelerate some of our digital initiatives. That includes both the marketing stack, changes in security, which we haven't really talked about, but this is a time for our industry where we have to be even more on our toes than we ever have been. So adding more AI capability around managing that security space to protect the guest and colleague data. And then, adding technologies that serve our colleagues, not just our guests. We're just launching our digital workplace that will help connect our 13,000 colleagues around the world and give them a voice when it's really important.
So what is that? Is that like someplace they can go in and text ideas, or what's that look like?
It's combination. So it's a central digital workplace. It's where you start your day. It's where you get all your information. It's in the language that you prefer to communicate in. There's a mobile component so you can chat and share ideas and exchange, but also just to stay on top of all of these changes happening even in your own property, which could, change overnight.
Right. What about like at the hotel level? Are you asking any of your team to kind of maybe reevaluate technology?
Well, we're certainly absolutely collaborating and asking for ideas at the property level. They understand the guest need much better than we do at corporate level. So we're blending that and we're trying to be as reactive and responsive. We have a lab so we can test ideas quickly before we even go to pilot.
Great. All right. With the time remaining, Monika, any advice for the hoteliers continuing to go through this big old mess?
Well, first and foremost, we're a community. It doesn't matter if you work in the casino industry or cruise ships or hotels or travel. One thing that's refreshing is I've seen us work together more closely than ever before, and I continue to encourage that. All the different associations as well. We all have the same set of challenges. And lastly, I'd just like to say we're a people first business, and it's really important that we remember to take care of our colleagues. So technology has its place, but we really do need to take care of our people.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, thank you for joining me.
Well, you are so welcome.
You bet.
And thank you again.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.